So we're obviously there's some sweeps and things that we can do. I might cover some of that on Friday. We're gonna get into collar sleeve, but I'm gonna switch to like De La Riva with the collar sleeve, and we're gonna attack the Omoplata again. Okay. I'll use him again. Most of the stuff that you're gonna do in this position is we're gonna start by attacking the Omoplata. However we get there, right? It's really what this guard's kind of designed to do is to open that elbow from his body. Okay. There's other things you can do off of it, but kind of everything's based off of it. So when we're in this position, oh, sorry. Gotta remind myself what I'm doing. Okay, so when we're here, right, I can adjust and go to De La Riva, right, if he starts to move. Now, I want, if I need to get if he gets a little taller, if I don't have him pull down too much, I can lift and stick that foot in on his ribs, okay? So I can anchor on his shoulder and lift my hip up a little bit. Once I'm here, I want to turn that knee in, okay? Now, I want to push him out just like we do any other time. Notice, I'm not hiding his leg the same this time. It's because of this hook, okay? So when I have my foot in here, I want to pinch that knee in as much as I can, and I'm going to start to push him out, and we're in the same type position where we can lock this, okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, when he comes down, I get to the belt or wrap around his back. If he sits like this is perfect for me. Because I have his collar, right? And I'm wrapped around his back. So him hopping over me is gonna be difficult, okay? Now, the angle that we're at, it's gonna be hard for me to just chop him, okay? So this might be a time where I'll let this go once I have the back control. If you can reach his collar, even better. Okay, I'm gonna post and come up. All right, now I switch, right? If he's still a little high, scoot him, right? As flat as we can go, then we come up. Do you understand? Fold the knee. I have my arm wrapped around his back. There's no way for him to roll on that shoulder. I like to get his tricep, come up on the sole of my foot, and then in theory, take my knee to the floor, okay? Just so I don't hurt him, I don't try to get up. I go backwards, just to let his arm out. Does that make sense? So when we have that De La Riva hook, so sometimes I'll switch to that when they start to move to the side, right? If he just starts changing his angle, I'll start to move out and throw that hook in there. And then instead of, I could, in theory, go off of his hip, but I also can push off of his shoulder. And we're gonna kind of extend the legs a little bit. All I'm trying to do is get this bend. Right, so he was sitting in here, right? He's trying to keep this, and he knows not to leave it out here, right? We're trying to create a scenario where hinging his hips and working that elbow away from his body. Once it comes away from his body, that's there all day, okay? So we're gonna scrape his lat all the way to his armpit and lock that triangle at the shoulder, okay? If you end up at a 90-degree angle, that's fine. We don't sit up with the 90-degree angle, though. We have to move. So we make sure we have that collar control, either the belt, the skirt, or the pants, whatever we're able to get, or a grip around his back. Does that make sense? Now, if he sits up like that, which is a common thing that a lot of people do, Mark does it, get around his back, okay? Because I can roll on my shoulder if he forces me backwards and get up on top, right? Or I can post and try to break him down. Does that make sense? Yeah.
What's giving you the lift, the foot on his shoulder or the De La Riva Smith?
Both.
The lift?
I'm going to kind of extend the left foot a little bit, just a little bit. I'm trying to get that foot where it's almost touching his ribs. Okay. I don't want it just sitting down here. He'll just turn his knee. Does that make sense? If I'm kind of gripping his foot with the ball, his ribs with the ball of my foot, he won't just be able to just turn his knee like it's not there. Does that make sense? Don't just throw the foot right under his knee. Okay? I want to get that foot a little deeper, and then I'm going to push the shoulder out as I'm pulling at the grip. The hips hinged, right? And I push out here. He should be kind of leaning a little bit. Does that make sense? We're trying to get the elbow away from his body. All right, one more time. So, we're in, here, right? He starts to move around to that side, here. My foot, look at how deep it is. Here, and when he crouches down, it's touching his ribs, okay? I'm on here. I'm not able to hide the arm the same way I could, right? He's probably gonna be in here. This is what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep his elbow in, and he's trying to extend away. So when he does that, I want to turn my knee a little bit, push, clamp, here, okay? Get to his belt, if I can get it, right? If he sits back, wrap around, okay? If you can reach to his collar, that's a bonus grip, okay? Because you're not gonna lose it, all right? From here, I'm gonna hold the tricep or that collar. When I'm ready to come up, post, okay? All right, switch, come up. If he was still on his other knee, I can scoot out to flatten him out. Does that make sense? Use this leg, I can lift and scoot, knee down, all right? Everybody good? All right, let's do that. 1, 2, 3.